Sherwood played an admirable game at centre forward for Prez, even though he lacked the power and explosiveness of last year's Carl Osborne. Despite being away from home, Presentation's experience at this level was always going to help them to survive. However, playing at home seemed a disadvantage to Moruga Composite. They were nervous and unsettled, perhaps by the turnout of the entire Moruga community, demanding victory and nothing else from their young side. After a goalless first half, Presentation, now running downhill, were getting closer. Moruga missed the striking power of their leading scorer, Toussaint, who was obviously hampered by injury. The rest were a dismal failure. But of all the players on the pitch, Presentation's Dwayne Dyer was outstanding. Hard-working, tireless, unselfish, and apparently unafraid to go into any tackle. It was he who held the midfield and tilted the game in Presentation's favour. Twice Anthony Sherwood had tested the strength of the upright and crossbar of Moruga's western goalpost. With time running out, he shot wide under no pressure. But then, 10 minutes from the end, he pounced on a sleeping Moruga defence to give Presentation College the victory by the narrowest of margins, 1-0. It sealed Moruga Composite's first defeat of the season. It also signalled Presentation's intention to fight to the last in hopes of retaining the Wrangler Colleges League Championship 1987. It was true intercol fever in every sense. The mammoth crowd at Skinner Park, the frenzied fans, and the quality football exhibited by the two finalists. Presentation College in the blue and white must have been heavily favoured to win. They had won the East Zone League and Intercol titles last year. Now, with 9 of their 11 starters from last year still intact, they had already retained the league title. But this is Intercol and anything can happen. It did. St. Benedict's became giant killers overnight. Presentation dominated the first 20 minutes of play, but try as they might, they could not score. And St. Benedict's were obviously better adapted to the muddy and waterlogged Skinner Park surface. From a defense error, Ivan Sampson put Alan Sinclair in to score. The goal coming in the 23rd minute brought memories of the magnificent Benedicts of the 60s. 5 minutes later, Sinclair returned the favour to Sampson. The fighting Benedict's defence held out. All season, Presentation's main problem has been their lack of a definite goal scorer up front. Thursday, coach Carl Osborne's fears were realised, and David cut down Goliath. Midfield workhorse Dwayne Dyer shot over bar with Benedict's goalie Neverson beaten off his line. The interval came with St. Benedict's still 2 up, and despite the prayers of loyal Presentation fans, it remained that way. Darrell Edwards rocked to the Benedict's near post soon after the resumption. Presentation were now forced to leave their defence open as they pressed extra men up in search of a goal. The gambit didn't work. In fact, Sampson almost struck again. Nigel Neverson continued to perform heroically and with his defence in full support. At the finish, a tremendous ovation for coach Jan Stedman and his boys. St. Benedict's 2, Presentation 0, St. Benedict's, the new South Zone Coca-Cola Intercol champs.
Didn't get a goal until the 23rd, Signal Hill, and thanks to Colvin Hutchinson, who worked his way around several defenders and shot past the outstretched hands of the goalkeeper. 1-0. And suddenly all the flags and bunting were out. Signal Hill again very well supported even in the deep south. Presentation intensified their efforts playing the 4-2-4 system, which in itself surprised all, including the Signal Hill defence. In the 50th minute, the goalkeeper failed for once to hold on to a shot cleanly, and Nigel Fabian was on the spot to make it roll. That was the way it was at half-time. Signal Hill were given the warning for again having a meeting, as has now become the norm with that team, even while play is in progress. Then 4 minutes from the end, the goalkeeper advancing, the heads go up, and Presentation suddenly find themselves in the lead. That second goal was scored by Graham Bertrand, and Darrell Edwards made it 3-1. to seal the issue. A win for Presentation. Once again, their hopes of retaining the Big 7 title alive. And after the unexpected proceedings in game number 1, the crowd waited expectantly for something to happen in game number 2. Presentation in their regular blue strip against Point Fortin. Boys from the oil belt having less experience than Presentation, with people like Sherwood and Romano Paul and Cowan all having gone this far and beyond in the Interball series. But Point Fortin had their moments in the first half of the match. In fact, many a time the crowd thought, well, this would be it. In this instance, they came pretty close, two rising heads just narrowly failing to convert. And it was an uneventful first half, or rather not uneventful, but a scoreless first half, though Presentation did have a chance or two. Anthony Sherwood coming pretty close there. Then came the second half, and then is when the crowd rose on their feet, when in the 46th minute, Marcus, all by himself here, putting it straight home. And Point Fortin in the lead, and look at the jubilation. It was not the only time they got into the back of the net from this cross. This one went up, one head, and then a second head, and then a bounce, and then into the back of the net. Jubilation again, but that hope frustrated. The referee had ruled that there was an infringement, so it was still 1-0 in favor of Point Fortin. Then in the 60th minute, yes, the ubiquitous Anthony Sherwood. Now it's 1-1, and Presentation fans elated. So, 1-1 at the end of full time. So we go into extra time. Look at Tony Sherwood here, right on the edge of the line. He's brought down, but it's outside, so it's a free kick. Sherwood himself takes the kick, and this is the moment. In the back of the net, Jones, in the 86th minute. That was the last goal of the game. Presentation winning 2-1.